Hello everyone, it's VSR Kevin here, and today I'm going to show you how to run the game like the F1 2006 Championship Edition on PC with the RPCS3 emulator. But first I like to warn everyone about it that my config would not 100% work for you because everyone has a different PC, everyone has a different video card and CPU and everything. So if this doesn't work for you, it's not your fault. Basically, you have to try and test out all the settings for it. You have to basically sit hours in front of the computer to make it at least run it like I did. So, but you can search on the internet, on YouTube and Google and everything to basically try out someone else's configuration. But I'm going to keep this talk short, so let's get right straight to it. So first, you will need the emulator itself, the RPCS3. I will leave a link in the description for it, for everything basically, for you guys to download. Here's the emulator. I already downloaded it myself. And the second thing you need is the firmware from the PlayStation 3. Like, this is the official PlayStation site. It will your antivirus will detect it as a virus, but it doesn't. So like I show you this, like I start downloading it, and here, as you can see, potential security risk. Don't worry about that, just allow download and everything. So I already downloaded it because I have to basically reset up my PC, so I have to reinstall Windows because my hard drive failed, and that's why I'm not putting out as much videos as I did, because I lost basically everything. So okay, where did I extract the emulator itself? Oh, here it is. And as you can see, guys, the third thing you need is the game itself. I did not download it from the internet. I have my own disk for it. I have my own PlayStation 3 which is modded, and I can easily rip PlayStation 3 games to try it on the RPCS3 emulator. And basically just move it via FTP. I use FileZilla for that, to move the files from my PlayStation to my PC. So the game should look like this. As you can see, you have a PlayStation 3 game folder, update folder, and there's the disk SFB which you need. Okay, so I'm going to start up the emulator first. Oh, I closed it, sorry. Here it is. I'm going to run as administrator to not to have any problems. And as you can see, it came up first opening. Okay, don't show again. Continue. Oh, there's an update, so let it update, because you can use any version you want basically. From the new updates are not ruining the game, at least in my opinion. Sometimes there are freezes, there are frame drops in races, especially in the rain. But if you can get the configuration right, it will work like a charm, and you won't have any problems with it. So basically just we let it update it, and then we're gonna start. I'm going to show you how the game is running and everything. So now the second thing you want when you open the emulator, as you can see, there is install firmware. Sorry. You have to install the firmware, which we downloaded from the official PlayStation website. Like, there it is. You need this file, the PlayStation 3 update.pup. So we're gonna open it. It's installing. Okay. Okay, the firmware is installed. Now it started compiling. It will start compiling when we open the game for the first time, because it has to cache the assets from the game to basically make it run a bit better. Because if you don't do that, it will be, the loading times were it will be much longer to load into the game and everything, and we don't want that. And basically it can cause frame drops, popping in textures and everything, and it's not good. So basically just let it compile it, and we're good to go. First I'm gonna check on this. You will have to enable the debug settings tab, which I showed you guys in my previous configuration video, which was on my channel. So you have to go, and as you can see, here's the RPCS3 folder which you extracted. You can extract it wherever you want it. And there is GUI configs, as you can see. Go in there and you have to search for current settings.ini. So first you have to run the emulator first to make the configuration come up and generate, because otherwise you won't have these files. So okay, it's done, it's already compiled. Okay, I'm going to close the emulator now and open the ini file, and you have to scroll down and you have to basically, where is it? Game list, language English. No, it's not it. Sorry. There it is, current settings. So I was at the right place, I think. I did it a long time ago because I don't have to config the game all the time, because it runs fine for me, at least. So, okay, I was at the right place, but it just didn't generate, so I have to reopen it again. And basically start configuring. And when we get to the debug tab, I will enable it. I will show you how to enable it. So, first, we're going to locate the game first. So, that is what we need. Okay, and here it is, select folder. And now first, we don't want it. We don't want to run it because it's not going to work. So we have to configure it first. So basically I have to search my own video up for it because I can't even remember what were the configs are. So as you can see, you can leave the two recompilers like LLVM, and you have to enable SPU loop detection. Okay, and we're just gonna approximate xfloat. I don't think we need that right now, so I'm going to just uncheck it. SPU block size, you can leave it on safe, it will run, but you can try out Mega. Giga makes it worse, so basically just don't screw with it. So, but I'm going to set it to Mega now. And the preferred SPU threads are, leave it on auto. Now the GPU, like the resolution and everything, I'm going to leave this on 720p. And we basically just increase the resolution scale because it's much stable like that. Now, okay, we're gonna leave the resolution scale threshold on default. I'm going to set the frame limit to off, because if you cap the frame rate, the game doesn't go beyond 30 FPS because it's hard-coded and because of, you know, the console limitations. But if you set basically a frame limit for it, it's just basically puts a bit much workload to the CPU and make your game drop frequently, like the FPS drops much more frequently. So anti-aliasing is needed, because if you turn it off, the ghost car and the little glass on the car, like on the cockpit behind the wheel, it will look pixelated and weird. It will have graphical error, so just basically leave it on auto. Anisotropic filter, you can choose whatever you want. I always choose 16. Aspect ratio is good. Okay, frame limit off. And okay, basically, and what do we, I don't need VSync, vertical synchronization, because it gives me a small amount of input lag, but it looks good. But I don't like it. You have to enable right color buffers to make the cars appear like every car should appear on their own color, own livery, because if you don't enable it, all cars will be black. So we need it. Shader mode, leave it on async, multi-threaded. I think that was the best possible option to basically just use. Okay, the audio, it doesn't matter. I didn't change anything. I/O system. We're going to, here's network. If you want to play on LAN with your friend, with another PlayStation 3 or with another PC, it's good. So I will make a video about it, if how to configure it to play, basically play with each other. So here's the advanced tab. I always press the silence all logs because it gets a bit workload of the CPU and the game runs a bit better. But if you have any problems, to report about the game, about the RPCS3 emulator on its official forums, make sure you have this turned on, because the guys who can help you only can help you if you have all the log files. So that is why you need it. Okay. And these things are what we need. So I'm not going to change anything here. And we are missing the debug tab, but I will enable it right now if I already configured this. So basically it's okay. I'm going to change the theme to dark. It looks better, at least in my opinion. Okay, we're going to save it. And now we're going to enable the debug tab. So I'm going to quit. GUI configs current settings.ini. And as you can see, it came up. There is it. Like you should scroll down and look for meta, and there is the option show debug tab, which we're going to write it to true. Okay. Control S and save it. Okay. Now we are going to reopen the emulator. So go to config, debug, and I think we need two things here, or maybe one, to this is what makes the game run like significantly better. We have to disable the crowd because it gives us graphical errors and frame drops, so it doesn't matter. It almost looks like there is a pandemic in the game, which is a bit funny. But as you can see, you have to one find option, which is called disable zcool occlusion queries. Here it is. Just enable it, and that's all. So accurate PPU reservations, you should leave it on disabled. PPU thread count, leave it as the way it is. And hit apply, save. And I have to plug in my controller now because I don't have that many USB ports on my PC. So I'm just going to unplug the keyboard. And I'm going to take my PlayStation 3 controller and we're going to configure that too. I just have to find a cable for it, sorry. And there it is. It's hooked on. So we're going to do here these pads. And I'm going to choose X input because I already installed SCP toolkit for the controller to work. It basically detects it as an Xbox 360 controller. And as you can see, the triggers and everything just works like a charm. Okay, I'm going to decrease the dead zone off to 0 because I can't even stand dead zone on a controller. So enable vibration, there it is. It's okay, and the controller is already configured. So basically we're gonna hit save. And we did a configuration for all games now, but you can make a custom configuration like this, and only the F1 game will run with these setups, you know, so don't worry about that. But people who use RPCS3 knows it. Okay, we're going to boot the game now. I'm just gonna leave it this small. We just have to let it compile itself. So like I told you, the first run always will be a bit slower, especially when you try to run Gran Turismo. It basically took me 2 hours to compile the game, like for the first try. And the game runs fine, runs like a charm. I have 60 frames per second and everything. There it is, and we're inside the game. I don't know why there is no sound, but it's okay. So, like I told you, my HDD has gone, so I have to redo everything. So I have to basically make a profile. As you can see, the game runs like it should. So I'm not going to bother writing my name inside now. So we just have to get in the game now. I'm going to choose a car. I think I'm going to choose the Ferrari and leave it on Silverstone. Rolling start. Difficulty. Okay. If I have huge frame drops, it's because of I'm recording currently right now, and that makes a huge performance impact. And as you can see, the game runs. Like, it runs fine. Everything's working. But like I told you, don't worry about these frame drops. I only have them because I have my browser open right now. I'm recording right now, and that is the Audacity which I recording my sound with, because OBS didn't want to basically recognize my microphone. So so yeah, here it is. It works. I will keep everyone updated if I found something which is makes the game run a lot more better. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you will have a good day and everything. So bye.